Today you have chosen Unit 5, which is depression. We're going to start with Mark's story, and then we'll go through discussion questions and the activities. Each section starts with a story.
Life seemed to be okay, but it was also overwhelming. Truthfully, Mark dreaded waking up in the morning and going to school, but he kept going. What else could he do?
When you're reading someone else's story, it kind of takes that edge off, and you can relate to it, and you can talk about it in terms of that story if you're not ready to share with yourself yet.
As the weeks went on, Mark knew something was wrong. He was always exhausted, and getting out of bed was a struggle.
Then you talk about what you heard in the story, important concepts. It has definitions, different terms. Each section has different activities. So you can pick and choose. You can do all of them if you have time. Those activities are also really great to do one-on-one or in a classroom setting. He was having physical symptoms, not just the emotional. So why do you think Mark doesn't feel well physically? One of my favorite parts is the bounce back strategies, teaching kids about resilience.
Well, when my mother is very stressed out, she is very nauseous.
Okay.
And sometimes cannot get out of bed if she physically cannot.
There's trauma, substance abuse, adverse childhood experiences, and one of the big ones is family relationships. I've had students share things they didn't know they were going to share when we're on that subject. Have you or anyone close to you ever been in a situation like Mark? And could you tell us about it?
At the time, he wasn't taking care of himself, and he just felt lifeless.
The great thing about this program is it's not just used in groups. I use it individually, and I've even used some of the components in my class. It doesn't have to get personal for you to learn about depression or anxiety, how to deal with people in your life, how to handle when your parents are fighting at home, and how to develop coping skills. You come first. You are important. So even if we're busy, we're here. Shawley and her co-creators, they really put a lot of time and effort into it. She has made it very easy to use this program and to help other people.
And you get to choose what group you're going to be in, okay? All right, you get to choose, and you're going to have just 10 minutes, and you're going to talk about it, and I'll come around, and yeah.
My heart was really broken thinking of all the people in the world that do not have the mental health services that they need, and they're struggling.
Some indicators if someone is that might be in an abusive relationship, okay?
Our task was to provide something that was structured, yet flexible, that could work with people from all walks of life. Finally, we connected with Arizona Community Foundation, and they said, we love the program. What about doing it for kids? I'm a school counselor, so I thought, of course we want to do this for kids. They gave us a grant, and then we created a high school, a middle school, and a primary school version of the program. Then we started training Cochise County educators, and then they took it back to their schools and implemented the program however they saw fit.
One of the reasons I love it so much, I am not a licensed mental health professional, and I can use this program, but it's the snowball effect. I use it with these students, and now these students they're gonna take it out and they're gonna use it with more people.
We have done these with 5-year-olds, with 80-year-olds, and everywhere in between. And human beings, we are social creatures. We want to connect. We're not trying to replace therapy in any way or traditional counseling. We're trying to provide an additional resource if they can't meet with a counselor, if it's not possible, but they can talk with people in their own community, in their own neighborhood, in their schools, in their places of work.
Seriously, like you guys are so powerful. So, you're now cheer counselor. Yay.
It's important to have these kind of groups so people have a safe space to share.
It makes me feel like I'm not alone in my struggles, so I could open up more to people.
My depression was so bad to the point where I couldn't even do anything that I used to like. Now that I'm here, I can feel happy, safe, comfortable. I have people to talk to.
It is much easier to talk to people your age about problems than it is an adult sometimes, because you're more on the same wavelength.
Mental health access for youth is scarce. We have a number of students who are in unstable living situations, who have anxiety, depression, ADHD, problems at home, absent parents, parents who are incarcerated. The students themselves have been through the system, whether it's DCS, they're in probation right now. So why don't people always ask for help?
They're scared about what the outcome can be.
They don't know that they actually can take control and do something for themselves.
So I won't be at our school next year, so our students, they're kind of leading the way and they're gonna take charge. Next week, actually, we want to be.
Because I know I'm not gonna be here next year, I wanted to focus on getting it set up for success after I left. I chose these students because I know that they have an interest in helping people and they're driven to move this program forward.
I do believe it'll be difficult at first, because we are just kind of kids in a way. But I'm pretty sure we will get through it, because if we plan with her on her absence, then it'll be easier in her absence, I guess.
I can't stay on a skateboard to save my life.
I almost fell off a bike
These kids, they don't know how wonderful they are. They don't know. What are you grateful for?
My new house got put in this week, yesterday.
Yeah, that's amazing news. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Do we always have to be grateful for those big things?
No, you could be grateful for small things too.
Be
Like
grateful for accomplishments.
Okay,
you could be grateful that you woke up that day.
it's a great start.
What are you grateful for, Miss Bell?
Oh my goodness, a lot. I have a lot to be grateful for. I love my family. I love my job. I'm very grateful that you are here. Teenagers are a lot, and that's okay. They're transitioning and they're going out into a world that is not easy. Dust yourself off. Maybe try again.
You get knocked down, but you get up again.
Okay, are we gonna start singing?
I just like that.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Tom McNamara, host of Arizona Illustrated. Thank you for watching this Arizona Illustrated story here on YouTube. And if you like that one, well, here's another story we think you'll like.